Okay. This class will talk about um, manipulating objects by breaking down their components, right? And so what that means is this. Let me just delete this guy right here. So let me show you exactly what I mean. So I'm going to start off with, let's just do a sphere this time, right? So if you all don't have the edges on it, remember, NA is no edges, NB is edges, NG is wireframes, so I'll just do it NB. Um, these shapes are made up of something called a polygon, and a polygon is a four-sided shape. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So these right here are squares, and yeah, this is a polygon. When something is an n-gon, that means that it's five or more edges. So this right here is obviously a square, right? I mean, not a perfect square, but it's a square. Or it's a four-sided shape, I should say. A square, I think, means it has to be even. But yeah. So if this had an extra edge or extra point, let's say, and it would be five or more, that's something called an n-gon, and n-gons are something that we don't like. Now, there's something else to say. Right now, there are triangles right here. Now, these will work on a cylinder or a sphere. You know, the top of the sphere. Usually, you try to avoid it. For those shapes, it'll be fine and it'll render fine. And rendering is when you add materials and lighting. But so that's totally fine. But yeah, usually we don't want that. So yeah, this is made up of well, I might as well explain to you like this. Once we make this object at first, right? The default object, we do the, let me get my brain adjusted. It's E, right? Yeah, E, R, and T. So these just move kind of like the object, and so you're positioning the object, and then you're scaling the object. Okay. Um, just to see this. Okay, and we can manipulate like the scale, you know, this way or uniformly like this, right? So that's basically we're manipulating the entire object. We're not really manipulating its components. And components are this, what's made up of the object. So to access them, when we're in this mode, when we first make our object, we can only do what I just did, which is move the object, E, rotate it, and scale. All right. We have to go into press this right here, which says make editable, and it converts the parametric object into a polygonal object. So this transforms it into an object we can like kind of mold. So there's two ways to do it. We press this button right here, and I guess it's kind of like showing that it's converting, or we can press C. As you can see on the tooltip, it says shortcut C. So I will click on this. Now we can see points. The reason you can see points is because of these selection modes right here. Uh, oh, let me see something. Ooh, don't want to be in that mode. Okay, so the first one right here that we have is points. Um, and so if you highlight your mouse over the points, you can see them light up in white. And if you click one, whatever operation I had. So obviously I pressed T. That's why it's on scale. So scale doesn't do nothing. Rotate doesn't do anything, but move does. All right. So now we can move this individual point. It'll make more sense, I think, if I use a cube. So I'm gonna select this, press delete, get a cube back, click and hold. Wait, can hold, get a cube. Okay. So here's my cube. Let's go like this. Now if I do, let me do NG this time, right? So we can see the wireframe. Now I'll hit C, because remember, pressing this the same as hitting C. I'll hit C. Now it's in editable polygon mode, right? Or make editable mode. So if I select this right here, and I press E, I can move these points. I'll just press NB just to see it better. I can hold down Shift and select 2 points. So now I can move both of these. Of course, you can hold down Shift, hit 3 points. So then you can do even more weird things. Now here's the thing, right? We can't use on 1 point, we can only move it. All right, we can't, if we rotate, it's not doing anything. Even though it says it's doing something, it's really not doing anything. And if we try to scale it, we can't do anything there. But if we choose 2 of them points, right, we can move, we can rotate, we can scale. So now I'm scaling it in, out. Can't do it this way or this way, but we can do it on this axis, right? Axis. Okay. Yeah, so those are points or vertices, depending on the program you're coming from. What's it called in this program? I don't even know. Oh, points. Okay, yeah, points. So next we have edges. Same thing. We have our edge right here. Of course, it's in resize scale mode. So it's not going to do anything that way. That axis, no. But on this axis, yeah, it'll work. Ooh, shoot. This one right here. Selecting 2. So yeah, and this is a polygon right here too. So we have the 4-sided shape. Of course, we can click in the middle, scale it uniformly, take it down. We have this too. Oh, that reminds me. There's something else I want to tell you about. And this is about space. Oh, wait. Sorry, man. I didn't see you there in the waiting room for a while. Um, yeah, this is what I wanted to get at. Space. So what do I mean when I talk about space? Let me hide this, right? And remember to hide it, I'm gonna click on this first dot and then I'm gonna click on it a second time. I will get a cylinder. All right. Yeah, this is what I mean by space. If I go like this, well, no, if I press T, right, I can scale this cylinder. No, you know what? Let me make it editable. Press C, and then I'll click. So what I did right there, this is how this works. I press C to make it editable to give it these edges. Now, if I want to go back to scaling it like I was before, I have to click on this again. All right. So now I can scale it like this. Now, if I want to make it mess with the components, I have to click on this, hold it down, and go to wait, did I do it the right way? Click and hold. Oh, actually, we can just click on this. Yeah, so we can click on the components to make them so we can use these, and then when we want to scale it regular, we click back on the object. Or not scale it, we'll scale it like we do, I guess, when we first create the object. Yeah, the best way to understand this is just do it. All right, so if I'm in this mode, I'm like this. You see how I'm scaling along Y like this? Because that's the green one. I press R to rotate. I move it to this side, right? Now I press T again, and I can scale it along this axis, right? Now if I go over here, I think this is the one. Yeah, so this right here means object space because this is the object, the top of the object moving. So think about it like a soda can or a Pringles can, let's say, chip eaters out there, right? So this will be the top. And so I'm turning my can of chips, right? But if I go over here and I put it in world mode and I press T, no, that's not it. Yeah, this one right here. See how it says it's like a globe? So this means that this is now Y. Because in the real world, Y is always up and down. But in this objects world, the Y is whatever, wherever the top is, right? So if this is the top, let me do this to make it a little bit clearer. And here's another thing, speaking on selections. If we press, I think it's 9. Yeah, 9, we get the selection where we have the dots right here and we can hold it and get a whole bunch of them like we're painting. But if we want to just like, let's say if I want to just get these on the top without holding shifts and like scanning all these. So we see how long this takes. Then I missed a few. I have to get the middle. Now I got the selection, right? Instead of taking all that long time to get that selection, we can click on this. I don't know why it's not clicking right for me. I'll go to rectangle selection. And now I have this rectangle selection. And I can just get all these this way. And so that's faster. So we can just click and hold. But if you want to get the regular one, all you got to do is press 9. And another thing, if you want to get this real quick, if you have a mouse, which y'all should have, you just middle mouse button click and drag, and then I can get like this huge selection if I wanted to do it that way. Me, I'm kind of weird, always like going up here, I guess, because I guess I'm not used to this. Oh, my mouse is, can't tell if this is a program. I was clicking, it wasn't. It's like I had to click extra hard and hold. I don't know if that's because I'm being recorded or what. Okay, yeah. So you can go like this and get it too, and then we have this other mode, which is lasso, which is kind of cool. So if I wanted to just get these like 4 up here, I can just go in. Now I have this selection. If I want to just get half of these, just come in and now I get this. So and so if I want to get all these, and then I want to get that one right here. So lasso is interesting because you can make a lot of cool selections, and then hold down. And if you want to deselect something, you just hold down Control. So if I'm holding down Control, and now I'm deselecting those. Of course, if I want to add, I can add with Control or Shift. Okay, so now that we're off of that, I'm gonna go back to, let's get another shape. Hold on, I'm gonna switch mouses. This is really acting funny. Okay, yeah, I had to get another mouse. This was not acting right. Okay, let me delete these two, and let's get on to faces. So I'm gonna make myself a cube. Oh, that is much better. All right, press S. Now drag this up. I'll press C to make it editable, right? And so we have our points, which we already learned about. We have our edges. I guess I wonder how this selection would be. Okay, so it looks like you have to select the whole edge and then it'll take it. So it's not nothing where you can just like kind of touch it. Anyway, we have faces. Wait, what's it called here? Oh, polygons. Okay. So let me press 9 again to get back to my other tool. Now I'm gonna press middle mouse button, hold and click to get it back to regular. So I can, select like this. And now we have our faces we can manipulate. And it's the same thing. I press E to move it. I press R to rotate. I press T to scale. Now let's talk about that world space thing some more, right? So if I press E, see how this thing is facing in that weird angle that I directed it in? Because if you look at it, it's looking at the arrow is shooting directly off the centroid of that face. But if I was to put it in world mode now, right? Which I think you can press it with, I think it's W. Oh yeah, so W changes it from world mode to object mode. So now if I'm in world mode, you see it's always like locked with the world. And remember, this is the world right here. Z going this way and X going this way and Y going up and down. So it's just one thing to keep in mind. For those of y'all that use Maya, that's like, maybe I taught you all that, but that's all inside of the tools, like the translate, scale, and rotate tools. Okay. Um. So let's make some stuff, right? So let's make a chair, all right? So I'm just gonna delete this cube. Well, I could keep it, but you know what? I think I will keep it. No, I'll just delete it. Start from scratch. Just make things easier. All right, so I'll click on my cube. All right. Now I could go in here and scale it down to make this, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna go straight into editing mode. So I'm gonna press C to start editing it. Um, I'll click on this top face right here, go down. Now here's the other thing too. If I wanted to like extrude, and I'll show you what extrusion is. Because I don't, because oh yeah, here's the other thing. The main reason you want to make sure you set this up right is this the reason why. So let's say I want to make a chair, right? And I want to extrude. And extruding is like taking a face and making another face from it. When I'm in this mode right here, because I already pressed C for this one, because remember, this is the first one we made, I don't have the option of giving it any divisions, right? With this one over here, because it's still in its like default state, I have the options of making divisions or segments as they're listed here, right? And I also have the object to fillet it, which means to give it that roundness. But before I do that, I can go in here and say, I want some, let's do this. I'll do 3 and 3, all right? So this is perfect for me. I'm going to now, oh, you know what? Let's just do 4. Just do 4. It's better.
Is there a way to do it after you already edited it? Like
No,
put more
no.
segments?
Yeah, and that's the point why I did this, because you can't, and thank you so much for asking that question. You cannot do it after you edit it. Once you edit it, it's like, okay, let's mess with the points now. But before you edit it, you have to say, okay, how many segments is it going to have? How round is it going to be? Are we going to fillet this? So you have to do all that before that point. So if I right now, because we're on this cube, if I press C, I'm done. This thing is not going to go back to any type of segment. See how they disappear off of this attribute editor kind of thing? So there's no more segments. So now we're stuck with messing with the object. And we can go in and I'll go over here, get this rectangle, and we can do everything this way. So this won't ever get like this, but there is one way it can get like this, and that is by clicking. Oh, wait. Go here, and then it's right click. Is it line cut? UL. Okay, this is like a. I'm gonna use that one. Oh, and here's something else. I got into a tool. I'm pressing 9 to quit. Um, you know what? The thing I was gonna go into, I'll go into that later. I was gonna add more edges, which I will do, but it'll make more sense after I start building this out. So okay, so if I'm gonna make a chair, I'm gonna click on this polygon face, or let me first click on this tube because I clicked on polygons, right? This is now editable. I press C. I can click on this. I'm holding down Control. I mean, wait, not Control. It should have been Control. Control doesn't do it. I have to hold down Shift. Okay. So I'm holding down Shift and getting these faces. And I'm going to right click and I'm going to click on Extrude. So now I'm going to click. I guess I can click anywhere in the screen, in the scene, and go left to right. And now this thing will make geometry from those faces.
Can you
Now,
explain how you did that again, please?
oh, I'll do it again. Yeah. So that's how I did it. I'm gonna press 9. Remember, because in my Q is to quit. In Cinema 4D, 9 is to quit the tool. So I quit the extrusion tool. So let's say I want to make this face. Or you know what? Let's do the back of a chair just to do it. I'll hold down Shift and select these other faces, or I'll just hold down my left click and just paint them kind of. Now, here's another thing, right? I'm gonna hold this down, and I'm pretty sure I just got these faces. But what if I got more than that? Oh, I didn't. Okay. But sometimes you can like select by accident one of those. So you want to go NG just to see. And you go, oh, wait, I chose a face over there. In B. Just saying that's something that can happen. All right. So we have this right here. I'm going to do an extrusion. So to extrude it, I right click, right click. Oh, my computer just glitched out. Oh, look, my thing is glitching. I don't know if y'all can see that. Can you all see that? I right click. Okay, so you right click and you click on extrude, and then you just click and drag left to right. And also you have this over here with offset. Now the other thing over here is that I can drag this and I can continue to use these numbers, or I can drag the pole. Did that answer your question, Kai? If I didn't if it didn't make sense, I can go over it again. Or for anybody, if what I just did right there didn't make sense, let me know. Or if it's not working for you, whatever. So I can also go in here and add subdivisions. So you see what's happening? That was strange. That was kind of weird what happened there. So I'll go back and do it. All right, so I'll select this because let's make the full chair actually. So I'll select my face right here, click, hold down shift. Accidentally clicked an extra one. I'll hold down control to deselect it. I'll right click on these faces, right click, right click, right click. Okay, and I'm getting extrude, and I just click and I drag left or right. If I look at it this way, and if I click my middle mouse button, I can go into my four-way view, and I can see, okay, this is the ground. You know, I'm extending it past the ground, but now it's right on the ground. Middle mouse button, click here. Cool. Now I'm gonna press 9 to quit the tool. Now I'm gonna hold down my left mouse button, click, and scan. Now I have all these. Perfect. Right click, extrude, click and drag. Now I got my chair. Press 9 to quit. Cool. So that's extrude tool. Now I'll do the same thing. All right, so let's say I need to make a table. I'll go ahead, grab this cube, drag this up. I will actually fillet this one. So I'm giving it some roundness. You know, I'll give some real roundness. Let's say like this, give like a 6 or something just to do it. I'll press C to make it editable. Then I'll go over here, I'll grab these points, I'll go to this mode, rectangle selection. And this time I'll do an NG just to see the wireframe. I'll select these, I'll drag it up. Then I'll select the whole thing, kind of drag it here. I can go to this mode if I want to and select these bottom ones, or I can, you know, go into, well, I'll just look at it like this. And look, I'm out of space, so I'm gonna press S to zoom in, or out of, I can't see anything. So I'll take these now, I'll take this that way, I'll take these go this way. I'll do it in B. Yeah, so now we're moving this. There's a way to add divisions. Just give me a second so I can remember. Click on polygon. Ah, that's what it was. All right. So I'm gonna press 9. So if I click on this polygon and then I right click, can you all see that glitch? I'm just curious how it like does that. Now it's not doing it. Okay. Now if I go to loop path cut, now if I click on, let's say, what it does is it grabs the path of polygon. So if it goes this way, it's gonna grab a loop this way or grab a loop this way. So I can actually click on this, like let's say right here. This won't really be like even because I'm just eyeballing it. And then right here. Then I can click on right here, and right here, and right here. Now I press 9 to quit. Now what I did is I added, well, press S to zoom in, NG, see the wireframe? I just added these two edges. Well, I added four, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I added 8 actually. So I did, well, to see them, I added this loop right here, 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 this loop right here. NB. So I have that. Yeah, and then I'll just choose my polygon again, selection. Select this, hold down shift, select this one. Go down shift, shift. And then I can do a right click, extrude, and then just click and drag. And now I've extruded that shape.
How did you do the segments again? After the right click, what did you click?
Segments is this. If I want segments, first you have to click on the polygon, right? So if it's on points, it's not gonna work. Edge is not gonna work. Polygon is gonna work. You right click, and then you go to loop path cut. The shortcut is KL and ML. And then you just put it on the row of polygons like this, and you can just drag and click. And that's how it'll work. Oh yeah, so I might as well do it. All right, just click it. So now I've clicked it, and there it is. So, yeah, we have this. And let me do this real quick. 9. So yeah, that's how you make that. And then we can do something like make a plane for a floor. So we use our T, scale it up. And then I want to show you all this too. So make like a cube. Or you know what we can also do? We can take off this cube. And I'll just make a plane. So I have my plane right here. Remember about orientation? I'll take my plane. I'll change it to, is it Y? My computer's glitching. Look, we have less than a minute left, so I'm gonna stop this recording. I'll send you all the email, and I'll do, you know, another like 10, 15-minute video, and we'll end it here. So I'm gonna stop this, and I'm gonna convert it, and check your email.